Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello and welcome back to the Red Lasered Water Guy show on this day after the 4th of July. So hope you had a great 4th of July. You know, it's one of the most important dates for me because it's all about freedom. And freedom is something that's very dear to my heart. I've always been free because I was always making my own decisions. I'm unemployable, so I had to be self-employed my whole life. And, because I like to walk, dance to the beat of my own drum. But freedom is what your cells want to be in your body also. So, when you're healthy, happy, and, got all your energy, you got balance, you got, focus, life's a lot of fun. And you can have that freedom. But when you start losing energy and not having the balance or anything else that's going on, then life's not as much fun. And I'm all about having fun, okay? Because staying healthy, that's one of the best ways to stay healthy, and it's worked for me my whole life, is do what you love, figure out a way to monetize what you love doing, and then you stay healthy because you're not stressed. There's people, I've heard there's like 77% or something like that of the people in the country would change jobs for no increase in pay because they hate what they do. There's no freedom there. Our country has freedom and liberty mixed up. Freedom is in the mind. Liberty is simply the ability to move around, but you can move around under stress or you can move around, without stress. And most of the country is stressed. And so that's a choice they're making by default, most of them, because we have to learn to make choices, to take chances to change. And, otherwise it's the, Albert Einstein theory of insanity. Do the same thing the same way, the same day, in the same place, or every day in the same place, and expect a different result. We live in a cause and effect world, okay? And we are the cause of our world. And so we're creating it all the time. We speak ourselves or speak our future into existence. And so I've heard it said that imagination's the universe's way of creating its future, okay? And so that's what I want to talk about tonight is freedom in your body, because all your cells want to be free too. If they're vibrating high enough, they're free. They've got enough life force energy in them to do their work, and they're not stressed. But when you start, taking on stress or injury in the body, the mitochondria kind of curl up like a hedgehog and don't produce as much ATP, and they don't communicate as well together. The blood gets thicker, less oxygen, and it's a downhill spiral until you make the choice to take the chance to change it, okay? And so it's all about change tonight, changing your thoughts to where you're vibrating high enough for, the cells to function the way they were meant to function. So they all want to be free. Let's see what else I got here. And freedom comes like this, okay? I've had 3 great testimonials over the weekend. Nancy back in Minnesota, I believe it is, knees were bothering her so much. She couldn't work around the farm, hardly at all. Was afraid she might have knee surgery and stuff. So she started with us with the red laser, the red and infrared laser, and the water unit, the hydrating ionizer, to microcluster and structure of water. And so she sent me an email saying, I got more energy now. I'm out working in the garden. My knees are not bothering me hardly at all. Said, it's amazing. And so now that's freedom, freedom to be able to get out and do what you want. Work in a garden, is play for some people. Not for me, but she's free now. she gets to do what she wants because she took the chance to make the choice to start changing things in her life. So she's lasering her body, she's lasering her water, she's lasering her food, she's learning all her water through the vortex energy and doing it for her pets now also. And it changed her life. And that's what I'm all about, is helping people help themselves, help their body heal itself naturally, and that takes change. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in if you're in a situation. Another great testimonial from Tom, this was a couple of weeks ago, actually, but we reiterated it. At 82 years old, he was using a magnifying glass to try and read fine print. Today's right, a year later with the laser, and I forgot to ask him just how quick that happened. But anyhow, he's reading fine print with no glasses. And he also had a tooth problem. He had a tooth that needed to be pulled, and every time it'd start hurting, he'd use the red laser on it. He could just feel the pain dissipate, because pain is lack of oxygen on a cellular level. And so if you've got pain, that means there's poor circulation there. Your blood's probably too thick, dehydrated is the cause of the start of it initially. So there's not enough fluid there and movement in your blood for the blood to be able to take the toxins away from the cell and bring the oxygen into the cell. And so it's just really that simple. So when you use our products in 30 seconds with the red and infrared laser, 30 seconds, you've got 30 to 35% more life force energy in your blood. The next 30 seconds to a minute separates your red blood cells into free-flowing, and free-flowing blood cells give you better microcirculation. So now you're going to get blood circulation in there where you haven't had it. That's why the pain's there. It's going to give up more toxins when it goes through the lungs and pick up more oxygen because the whole red blood cell is exposed when it goes through the lungs. And so that's, no matter what the label is, medical label or your label, no matter what it is, your body needs more life force energy, better microcirculation, more oxygen to help itself heal itself. And the body has to do the healing. It's no exceptions on that one. And another was a lady had arthritic hands, couldn't, her knuckles were all swollen up, couldn't get her rings on, and used the red laser and our mint matrix lotion on her. And in about 5 minutes, the pain was gone. Woke up the next morning, she texted me that she was able to put her rings on. That's freedom, okay? Freedom to wear what you want to wear, okay? Freedom to be able to read without glasses, without being a slave to glasses, okay? Because I was a slave to glasses for 52 years myself. And, slowly worked my way. First, I didn't need reading glasses, and I didn't need daytime glasses, and now I don't need glasses at all, day or night. Renewed my driver's license last year. They took the requirement for corrective lenses off my driver's license. So the freedoms that come are priceless. They really are priceless when you have your health. And if you don't have your health, it's your choice to keep not having your health, or you can make that choice to take a chance and change something. Because if you don't change anything, it's a downward spiral. You can look out there in society and see where the majority are going. And if that's what you choose, that's fine. I'm just saying there is an option that's available. It's documented scientifically in all directions. I've been working with it for 15 years or so myself, and would not be without it. Okay. So all you need is a little tender loving care for yourself. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring up the slideshow here, and I'll show you a little more evidence on it. All right. So again, Joe Blanton here. Want to help you help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. Naturally being the key word there. All right. And the body has to heal itself, of course. So Pure Vibrance is the company I'm working with, and we're all about self-care for self-healing. Because again, it's your responsibility for your health. It's my responsibility for my health. And so we get to make those choices because everything is energy. And, Albert Einstein has said that. Nikola Tesla, I love his quote. If you want to find the secrets to the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And those three are inseparable. all energy is a frequency vibrating information. All information is a frequency, based with energy, and the energy is like the volume, how loud it is for that. So they go back and forth. Well, if you want to think in terms of your own health, you have to do the same thing. Think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, because everything is energy vibrating at a frequency. And the vibration of that frequency determines whether it's healthy or hurting. I guess I'll show you that in a little bit here. So the vibration is the EMF, the electromagnetic field, and that's the information. It's either helpful to our body or harmful to our body. And so it's like 150 years ago, broccoli or asparagus, all those vegetables had a higher vibration. They were actually healthier for our body because they had the minerals from the ground and stuff that's been depleted over the last 100 and so years using petroleum-based fertilizers, and that's another long story we won't go into. But anyhow, that's why we have to take some supplementation of minerals and stuff. So your health is determined by the invisible frequency you're vibrating, and no exceptions there. So the energy in your cells determines your health, and that's where the mitochondria come in. The mitochondria are the powerhouse that drives our body, and no exceptions to that. And so here's the first person to be able to capture the energy in light form, the biophotons, was Fritz Albert's pop. Okay, and so he was the one that was able to capture the photons, so we can actually see that everything is energy. The birds, the apples, the trees, flowers, our hand, everything is energy. So this, it's biophoton. It says biophotons are a radiant source of information designed to submerge our DNA in light. Everything is made of light and sound. And the cells in our body absorb the light from the sun. Okay, they also absorb the light identically from the red and infrared laser. And that's how the red and infrared laser excites the mitochondria, raises the vibration, adds more life force energy in your blood and those cells, and the body starts to relax, de-stresses. So it starts building a healthier protein because it raises your gene expression, and everything starts to heal itself. We're not just covering up pain here. We're actually bringing in oxygen to stop the pain and taking away the toxins. And so the more hydrated you are, the better that works. Most people's first problem, I'd say everybody's first problem, if they have anything going on that's lowering their vibration, is dehydration. And so Mr. Einstein here, the field is the sole governing agency of the particle, and we are the particle. Here, this is our biofield. It's the energy around us. It looks two-sided here, or two-dimensional, but it's actually a cocoon, and it engulfs it creates our body and everything. Our body and our biofield are constantly communicating. So we want to keep that biofield vibrating as high as possible and have full resonance with our body. So when you use our products, or all of our self-care products are programmed with optimal wellness frequencies for our body, for lungs, eyes, tissues, bones, joints, different frequencies, because everything has an optimal wellness frequency. Okay, so the more harmonious that is, the cleaner, clear communication there is between our body and our biofield. And that communication goes back and forth, every moment. So we are the particle, and Mr. Einstein said back in the 30s that future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. So the future is here now, because the biofield creates and animates our physical body. Another gentleman here that's enlightened with the same type of information, because he's had great results with it, is future medicine will be based on controlling energy frequencies in the body. William Tiller. And what he's meaning there is, a muscle that's vibrating at optimal wellness, a strong, healthy muscle, vibrates at a specific frequency. If that muscle's hurting, it's vibrating lower than that frequency. And so when we infuse the optimal wellness frequency in with the red and infrared laser or one of our other products, the lower frequency will always entrain up to the higher frequency. And in doing that, that's what brings in the better microcirculation, the more oxygen and more life force energy. And so the body is actually helping to start heal it, and it's cumulative. So every time you use it, it's going to, be like building a muscle. It's going to get stronger. Only what we're building stronger is our immune system. And the immune system's the key to keeping you 10 foot tall and bulletproof. You're not be concerned about anything. And another way to do that is drinking structured water. Okay, structuring, microclustering, ionization of water occurs in nature when water cascades down a waterfall or a Rocky Mountain stream. As it flows along, water absorbs energy and absorbs minerals and mineral frequencies. Okay, and so we've got a hydro ionizing water unit. When you pour your water through it, it does everything except absorb mineral frequencies. Okay, it absorbs those frequencies, but not from the minerals, from rocks and stuff. It's actually programmed into the coil, which vortexes the water in and vortexes it back out in about 3 inches. So you can carry it with you in your purse, or I carry mine in my computer bag all the time because I'm always going to be drinking structured water. I've been drinking structured water now for close to 15 years, I guess. So it's life-changing. So the second thing is structuring and ionizing water converts the charge of the water molecules, with the result that water is split into smaller units, microclustering. The water can then absorb more oxygen, minerals, and nutrients, and you benefit from increased hydration and a more efficient absorption of nutrients. Okay, again, your bottled water, your tap water, all of that is H2O. And when you structure water through our unit, it chemically becomes H3O2, and it goes from like 12 and 16 clusters, molecule clusters, into 3 and 4 molecule clusters, which is small enough to be absorbed the way in nature intended. So being prepared is the key. So you carry your pure vibrant structured water unit, which is called the PureV Hydro Combo. I think they've changed that, not a hydro ionizer, with you all the time for a healthier you and your family and your friends and everybody around you. You want to share the wealth here. So this is our hydro combo. It can be on the right hand side. That clear top is a flip lid. So you can actually take the lid off of a plastic bottle, screw this onto it, it fits most of them, and then flip that lid open and just drink through it. Okay, or the way I do it is I take the clear lid off because I'm not choosing to drink through plastic bottles, and then just use a funnel, a portable funnel that collapses, and I pour my water through it into my stainless steel drinking bottle. So structuring and ionizing it with the handheld unit, again, 3.5 inches long, 1.5 inches in diameter. And what we're doing is duplicating a Rocky Mountain stream. So if you're chronically dehydrated, you may be suffering from symptoms of adrenal exhaustion, because along with, every function of the body has to have water. And you've heard probably they say our body's like 74% water or something like that. Our brain's 98% water. Our eyes are 98% water. Our blood's 94% water. The brain's 78% water. And, so it sounds like we're like 3/4 water, 74% in our body. But the other day in my research, I found out that water molecule wise, we're 99.292% water molecules, even though the liquid itself is 75 or 98 or whatever that is. But we're made up of 99.92% water molecules. that'll tell you how critical water is, okay? Because coffee's not water, Coke's not water. Just because it's dissolved in water, your body has to get rid of all of that and more water from your reserves, if you have any reserves, to get it out of your body. They're diuretics. So anyhow, adrenal exhaustion is a whole new problem area. So if you have sugar cravings, salt cravings, fatigue, feeling thirsty or dehydrated, and you drink a lot of water at one time, sleeping issues, falling asleep or waking up in the night, can't go to sleep, back asleep, etc. Tension, nervousness, anxiety, panic attacks. A lot of that is from chronic dehydration. Like I say, the first problem that you'll have in losing or your decline of health will be dehydration, most 99% of the time. So, and here's what I was talking about. The Pure Vibrance products adds human blueprint frequencies. So, human blueprint frequencies are the optimal wellness for frequencies of muscles, tendons, skin, bones, tissue, eyes, liver, etc. And so, how that plays out is a healthy muscle vibrates at a specific frequency, and animal or human, because that frequency is what makes it a muscle. And in resonance with our biofield, we're healthy. Okay, a muscle that's hurting is vibrating at a lower frequency, and it's in dissonance with our biofield. So the difference is, in resonance, that's the point of least resistance or the most communication, the clearest, cleanest communication between two people, or between your body, your brain and your cells, or between your body and your biofield. That's what you're looking for, is resonance. Dissonance means they're static there. It's a misunderstanding. It's like, they're not harmonious anymore. So that's the confusion that's happening whenever you're not feeling the top of the world. And this is what the pain scale looks like. When you're in resonance, your body's happy. There is no pain, okay? No stiffness. You got motion. You can play and do what you want to do. And then the farther you are starting to vibrate from optimal wellness, the more the pain increases. It's just really that simple. And so when you infuse, like if you have a neck that's stiff, what you do when you infuse the red and infrared laser in there is you activate the mitochondria in that area, and all the mitochondria in the blood going through that area. So your whole body's starting to communicate and benefit. And when you do that, it adds that 30% more life force energy, better microcirculation, more oxygen. So we're de-stressing that area, getting more oxygen in there, more life force energy, better microcirculation, and it raises the vibration back up. And that's why the pain dissipates. You got better range of motion in 3 or 4 minutes. Okay. Again, it's self-care for self-healing, and you got to make a choice, to take a chance to make that change. I've got people that, they laser all their water now, they laser all their food, they're lasering their plants, they're lasering the water for the plants, their animals, and the water for their animals, their food. And, they're really on the bandwagon, and everything's working better. Everything's feeling better. So it's just really that simple. That's why I love it. And so I'm still doing it 15 years later. So the frequencies from the sun determine our health. Over 50% of the frequencies from the sun are the red and infrared frequencies, just like we have in our red and infrared laser. And those lasers, the frequencies we've added in there are the optimal wellness frequencies for the body. It's not the whole spectrum. It's a symphony of frequencies that match optimal wellness for our body. So the sunshine stimulates our mitochondria to produce more ATP, the life force energy of our body, for our body to function. Sunshine energizes the water in our body, making it electron rich. When you're out in the sun, the red and infrared rays are adding free electrons into the body. Same thing with the infrared, red and infrared laser. Every photon in the laser beam gives up energetically an electron into our body. And we want free electrons, all right? Free electrons are what work, to get rid of inflammation and stuff like that. So energizing the water in our blood, our body, the water we drink, and stimulating our and optimizing our mitochondria to produce more energy in our cells. That's the key to anti-aging, reverse aging. My eyes, the body reverse aged my eyes. Your mitochondria are the key to anti-aging, health, and longevity. Dr. Doug Wallace says that aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria. And I agree 1,000%. Every cell in your body has hundreds to several thousands of mitochondria producing ATP. The ATP is the engine, or the energy that drives the engine in our body. And depending on how much work that cell has to do, that's what determines how many mitochondria are in it. So mitochondria in heart cells, muscle cells have thousands and thousands of mitochondria in them. Cells in our skin doesn't have a lot of work to do, so there's not as many mitochondria in there. So that's how I explain that. So Dr. Doug Wallace also says about 80% of today's diseases are because of bioenergetic deficit in the cells, low energy. The ATP, there's not enough circulation, life force energy, oxygen for the cells, the ATP in those cells to produce the energy it needs to do its work. So that's where you end up with a sick cell. And then when you get too many sick cells, now you've got a sick muscle, or a sick system in the body. And then the medical society, you start getting symptoms, and then they want to put a label on the symptom, and that makes you think worse. It's a downward spiral when you go to a doctor. I quit listening to doctors. I was sick my whole childhood: asthma, hay fever, sinuses, and tons of allergies. And I quit listening to doctors in my mid-20s when I got out of the Air Force, and healed myself of all of it holistically in about a year and a half, 2 years. And I've been healthy ever since. So be your own doctor. Okay, do your research. I'm not saying, there's emergency rooms are there for a reason, but doctors know a lot about sickness. They know a lot about disease. They know a lot about, that stuff. They don't know a lot about nutrition and how to get and stay healthy. They're not taught that. Like I said, they only get 3 months, I think it is, on nutrition in 8 years of schooling. So the more energy you have in your cells, the healthier you are, and the longer you will live. So I want to be as healthy as I can as long as I live. All right. As long as the fun's there, I'll be there. So Dr. Jack Kruse is a self-claimed mitochondriac, and everything he does is about optimizing his light, water, and magnetism, because it's about optimizing and doing everything you can for your mitochondria to be supported and healthy, because your mitochondria then will return that favor, so to speak, by giving you a healthy body to play with. So optimize your light, water, and magnetism. So light therapy either helps or hinders your body's ability to heal itself depending on the light. It's like blue light, on the screen that you're watching right now, is not a healthy light for the body, because it causes it releases more cortisol and changes your circadian rhythm, and there's lots of stuff going on there. So that's not a healthy light. But sunlight is one of the best full spectrum natural light therapies there is out there. So getting out in the sun 30 minutes or so, walking around, looking at things at a far distance, is one of the best therapies you can do for yourself in all areas, whether it's mental, hormonal, physical, it's all cumulative. Walking is one of the best ways of activating your lymphatic system, and detoxing is one of the keys to being healthy. If you're not healthy, you're not having as much fun as you can have. All right. So, and detoxing is critical. There's a book out there called Detox or Die. And, the way I heal myself of asthma, the way I help my body heal itself of asthma, hay fever, sinuses, and tons of allergies was detoxing and lifestyle change. I took a chance, I made a choice to take a chance to make a change, and it's paid off big time. you know, and so I get happier with my choices all the time. So blue light is harmful if it's not balanced by red light in the sun. Okay, that's why sun gazing in the morning and the evening is healthy, because the red and the blue, all full color spectrum is there. I can sun gaze anytime I want, because this is how I help my body heal myself, my eyes, to where I don't need glasses anymore, because the rays in here are the red and infrared rays from the sun. So we're replicating sunshine with the, I wouldn't do that with anybody else's laser, only the pure vibrance laser. Okay, so optimize your water, light in your water. Sunlight therapy, again, 50% of the rays are helping the mitochondria. Okay, we covered that. Exposing your skin to the sun stimulates the mitochondria to produce more EZ water, which is exclusion zone water, which is electron rich, which increases redox potential, which is the net negative charge in the cell to do its work. The redox potential is. And so the sun and our red and infrared laser help the mitochondria create the EZ water, which is part of it's electron rich. It means there's no protons in it, and it's part of the electron chain that creates the ATP inside the mitochondria. Okay, so Vibrance made a quantum leap in vibrance and vibrational wellness, and like 16, 17, 18 years ago. The company's like going on 17 years or something like that. Anyhow, what they've done is added the red and the infrared frequencies and more red frequencies into the laser pen using sacred geometry and 0-point technology. I call it nature's medicine. Okay, the company calls them human blueprint frequencies. But basically what we've done is added the invisible difference of nature's medicine. See, we have a whole selection of products that are toxic-free and edible. Our skincare, our toothpaste, everything is toxic-free and edible, because anything you put on your skin is in your blood in 26 seconds. And so all of them are programmed with additional frequencies of human blueprint frequencies, toxic-free and edible, to continually raise your vibration and keep your vibration higher, to help your body keep itself healthy. Because in our world today, we're constantly being bombarded with toxins, the stuff they're blowing in the sky, so we're inhaling it, it's landing on our skin. The food, it's hitting all the fields and stuff where the vegetables and stuff are. And we don't have a clue. We know a lot of what's in there, but, there's some stuff in there. The point I want to make is we got the 5G, we've got all this stuff going on that wasn't here even 25 years ago. That's taken our vibration down in our body. So I detox constantly because I'm taking toxins in constantly. I can, do as safe as I can be, but I'm still breathing the air. I'm still out living life to the fullest. So but I keep myself detoxing and keep myself vibrating higher. And so my immune system takes care of me. So I hope that made sense. The invisible difference. Their standard red laser has 10 frequencies with the octahedron and everything. With the gold disc, we have 5,563 frequencies that help the body respond, with self-healing information. So this is the red laser with the gold disc. The gold disc is like a energetic amplifier. When you wrap it around the end of the gold disc there, of the red laser there, it more than triples the efficacy of the laser and adds those additional frequencies to it. And as soon as it hits your body, it starts relaxing the mitochondria, which increase the ATP by about 30 to 35% in 30 seconds. We've tested all that scientifically over and over. And the energy circuit current of the cells increases. It takes the trauma out of a new injury in 30 to 45 seconds. And when the trauma's gone, now you can think clear, everything starts to function better because the trauma left. Now you have cell-to-cell communication. White blood cells are free to work. The cells, brain's able to communicate to that area, and the self-healing starts. I mean, it's cellular repair in the moment, which I've got videos on my YouTube channel and everything that'll show that. But it's cellular repair in the moment on a new injury. And so it strengthens the cells, makes them stronger, increases cell activity, toughens the immune system, improves circulation, regenerates damaged tissue structure by stimulating the body's natural healing process. We're upregulating gene expression and building a healthier protein. It's really that simple. And even like older scar tissue, it'll help reduce scar tissue internally and externally when you're using the lasers. And that a lot of people's challenge is scar tissue from having surgeries or an injury or something like that. So when you add the gold disc, and it increases the life force energy, or in Europe they call it Vobus energy, from 330,000 to 1 million plus. And then it adds 5,573 human blueprint frequencies into the body also. And here's why that life force energy is so critical. And again, they call it Vobus energy, so you'll hear me go back and forth on that. If the human body is given food that has less Vobus energy or life force energy than the body itself, i.e. 16,000 Vobus energy, then the food robs the body of its energy and thus weakens the body. So here we're talking Cokes and coffee and McDonald's, and the list goes on. Okay, so anything under 13,500 Vobus energy is energy consuming in the body. A healthy body has about 16,000 Vobus energy. That's a neutral value of healthy. Okay, so on the other hand, the body that is fed foods that have more than the body itself, the body receives constructive energy and thus is strengthened. So that's if you're eating something or drinking something that's got over 16,500 Vobus energy, then you're giving back to the body. That's why it's so critical, to have the organic vegetables and organic stuff, and to, like, if you eat meat, get the grass-fed and grass-finished beef, because that doesn't have any of the chemicals in it. And beef cattle are not made to eat grain, so when they finish them off with grain to fatten them up, that changes the molecular structure, and a lot of the nutrition is gone, and it makes it harder to digest. So anyhow, just a little more information there. And so here's some of the testing we did with the hydrating ionizer. Tap water, for instance, is our baseline. Tap water has a Vobus energy of 3,400, far below 16,500. Reverse osmosis 6,300, Kangen water 8,400, and reverse osmosis vitalized vortex water 10,300. That's what I drink. Only I run it through the hydro. So if you run tap water through the hydro, it goes up to 9,300, still below, but better. Reverse osmosis goes to 10,600. Kangen water goes to 16,000. And the vortex RO water goes to 16,300. Then when you laser it with the red laser, tap water goes to 18,600, and reverse osmosis goes to 40,000. Kangen goes to 36,000, and then the reverse osmosis vitalized vortex water goes to 57,500. And then when you add the gold disc and laser it for 30 seconds, tap water goes to 25,000, reverse osmosis 55,000, Kangen 65,000, and reverse osmosis vitalized vortex water goes to 114,000. That's the volvus, that's the life force energy in the water I drink right there. And so I'm giving back to my body the whole time. Plus, it's microclustered, it's structured, it's ionized, it's energized with human blueprint frequencies. All of that included in the life force energy there. So that's how I stay healthy. And you can run it through a second time. I wouldn't do that consistently because you can add too much energy, sometimes. So you want to do that carefully. But everything will double if you get a second time. In Holland, which is where this technology came from, they've been using it over there for over 20 years on farms in 10 and 12-inch irrigation pipes, and getting like 35 to 45% increase in yield in the crops. It cleaned all the corrosion and everything off of all of their equipment, and the soil's getting richer. Just endless positive results. And so they finally, reduced it down to domestic use. So another way of looking at it here, Dr. Kuhn down in Santa Fe, New Mexico, does all of our GDP camera work. That takes a picture of the life force energy, like you saw with Rich Pop. And tap water on the left, number one, is the life force energy in a drop of tap water. Tap water poured through the ionizing hydro is number two. You can see how it really stepped it up there. And then step number three is the tap water through the hydrating ionizer and lasered with the red laser. Step four is lasered with the red laser in the gold disc. So you can see it's more of especially number four is a lot more stable. The water is also. So anti-aging with light therapy. Again, optimize your light, your water, and your magnetism. It's really that simple. And the light we've talked about, and then water we've talked about. Magnetism is simply grounding. Getting out and walking around in your bare feet. So if you're going to go for your walk, if you can, take your shoes off. We got quite a few parks around here that have some really nice green grass. In the morning after they run the sprinklers, I love to go, just walk around out there. Sometimes I'll, run a little bit. But that's how to ground yourself. Take your shoes off, get your feet in the dirt. You're going to get free electrons from the earth. Wet grass will help do that also. And so, get dirty. Sunlight, when it hits water, it charges it with free electrons. And that, again, is what we're looking for. Dr. Jack Kruse says the sun's rays infuse electrons into the water, and the water holds the charge, stores that energy until it's consumed by either trees or plants or humans or animals. Everything needs water, okay? There is no life without water. And so even insects, the little moths and everything flying around, they all need water also. So every mitochondria is surrounded by water called EZ water, electron-rich water, and the mitochondria will make its own EZ water when we give it what it needs and get out of its way. So keep raising the vibration instead of lowering it. We want as many free electrons as possible every day. And again, we've talked about the water in your blood and everything. But, water, every function in your body requires water, no exceptions. It delivers oxygen, it takes away the toxins. It's critical for digesting food. It cushions your whole spine and your brain. And it's salt water. We've talked about on the show here before, the need for salt. Salt's the third most critical thing in our body. Not table salt, it's toxic. It's got aluminum in it too. But unprocessed raw sea salt is critical for the body's digestion, everything. So water is critical. You can't even move a muscle. You can't have a thought without water and sea salt, unprocessed sea salt. So the magic of water, the quality of your water is the quality of your health, which becomes the quality of your life. No exceptions, okay? So you want to drink as good a as much water as needed. It's like it's 100 it was 114 degrees yesterday here in Vegas. And so, and I was working on my RV, my 4-wheel drive RV, and building it out. And so I went through like 1.5 gallons, almost 2 gallons of water, myself, because I was out in the sun a lot. So water in nature coming down a Rocky Mountain stream is exposed to the sun. It's aerated, it's high energy, it's electron rich, structured, microclustered, and hydrates our body effortlessly. But most of us don't have a Rocky Mountain stream around us, so we can use the hydrating ionizer to replace it. Okay, so the Pure V Hydro Combo, which is the hydro ionizer now, we also have it for the shower and garden and the faucet, and it replicates the Rocky Mountain stream by structuring, microclustering, ionizing, energizing, and programming your water. And stimulating the mitochondria is the key, so you want to be using the red laser. And this is one of the tests we've done, tens of thousands of these live microscopy, and we get the same result every time. Is when you activate the mitochondria. This lady was hydrated; she was drinking a lot of water, but your body has to be able to assimilate that water, and that takes the right amount of salt to be able to do that. And so here, the body her blood was all relayed, sticking together. We shined the red laser on her chest for approximately 2 minutes, and bingo, all of her red blood cells were separated and free flowing. And so here we have a compromised immune system on the left, and on the right, we have a healthy immune system. So again, you get to make the choice. The choice is yours to choose, to take a chance and make a choice. So it's up to you. It really is. Bruce Lipton here. The fate of our cells is determined by the chemistry of our blood. No exceptions, because the blood is responsible for bringing in the nutrition and taking out the toxins at the same time. So that's how critical it is. Again, no exceptions on that one. So how to optimize your mitochondria? Duplicate sunlight at will with the Pure V red and infrared laser light, or get out in the sun through the day. It also helps with vitamin D, and the benefits are priceless and ongoing. Stimulate the mitochondria, produce 30% more life force energy in 30 seconds. So do you have 30 seconds to change your life? Are you willing to take a chance, make a choice, take a chance, and change things for 30 seconds at a time? Again, every photon in the red infrared laser beam light gives up an electron to the water in our body, reducing free radicals and lowering inflammation. So what we're doing is igniting your own body's energy to upregulate your gene expression to build a healthier protein, because the mitochondria is also involved in protein folding. And so that's how critical it is. All we're doing is igniting your own body's ability to produce the energy to heal itself. It's that simple. The body has to do the healing. Proteins are the expression of life. Your proteins are the expression of your life. Mine's the expression of mine. Proteins are responsible for the structure and function of your body. You think about that. The whole structure of your body, because of mitochondria. The function of our body, all about the mitochondria. And so mitochondria is the key to anti-aging, to reverse aging, to living a healthy and happy life. And again, we each get to make that choice. I can't vibrate for you, and you can't vibrate for me. We can assist each other, we can help, but we each have to do it, on our own. So it's really that simple. And so, what determines, dysfunctional mitochondria are caused by blue light devices. I have a blue light blocker here called Iris on my computer. I got it on my cell phone that blocks the blue light, because the blue light devices increase cortisol and inhibit melatonin, which interrupts our circadian rhythm. And then the non-native EMF, okay? That goes all the way from 60 cycles, which is the first frequencies that started interrupting our biofield and damaging the body. Started with 60 cycles, and it's still there. It goes all the way through to 5G, 10G, etc. All of that's out there. And so we have devices, we use nature to actually transmute harmful EMF to a beneficial EMF, even on 5G. We've got a little silver disc and a little earth heart with, it's got pieces of plants and minerals in it. And it actually, when you put that on your phone, it transmutes the signal from harmful to actually helpful. It's healthy to be on your cell phone for you and the person you're calling when you have one of those on your cell phone. So, it's been a great show for me anyhow. And then my name is Joe Blanton, the Red Laser Guy. You can give me a call at 469-766-5511. Go check out my YouTube channel, just youtube.com/@the-red-laser-guy. And let me know if I can help in any way. Give me a call, send me a text. But take care and have fun, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye for now.